Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name's Vanessa Somuayina and I'd like to welcome you into the fam. If you've been feeling a little down and out, confused or lost, fear not. For today's video, I have highly personalized May predictions and horoscopes prepared for you. Now allow me to explain to you what makes this so personal and why my tarot card readings are so highly personalizable. So first of all, and you better run or duck for cover when you hear a woman say those words. For round one of your May predictions, you get to pick from these 3 piles of cards. So each pile of cards corresponds to a group. And don't worry, I will introduce you to the 3 groups in just a moment. And then once you've chosen and watched your first group for your May prediction, I then have each zodiac sign's horoscope prepared, which means that for the second, even more intricate part of your May prediction, you get to once again scroll down into the description box, click the timestamp of your zodiac sign, and you will be fast forwarded to part 2 of your May reading. And because there is an endless number of combinations between the 3 groups and all signs of the zodiac, you can rest assured that your May prediction is tailored to you and therefore as personalized as can be. I would of course recommend that you watch your sun sign, which is known as your zodiac sign. And if you're a bit of an astrology geek, feel free to tune into your rising as well as your moon sign. That way you know you're receiving all the relevant messages for your birth chart and you can be as prepared as possible for the upcoming month. So I'm about to introduce you to these 3 groups that I've got prepared for you. But before I do so, I'd like us to thank today's sponsor. Hello all my beautiful little unicorns. Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare. You may have already heard of Skillshare for classes in video and film editing, photography, and illustration. But did you know that Skillshare also has hundreds of career-focused classes too? After all, traditional jobs aren't one size fits all. And Skillshare can help you learn how to design a career to fit you. As an entrepreneur and self-taught content creator, I understand the struggles and challenges that come with balancing your career as well as your creative path. And Skillshare offers a plethora of different classes that can help you take control of your professional success and support your personal growth. My personal goal that I had in mind when joining Skillshare was to refine my skills when it comes to video editing, time management, as well as creating even better thumbnails for my YouTube videos. And what I would like to achieve by accomplishing these goals using Skillshare is to create more work-life balance, higher quality content for the unicorn fam, as well as stay on the cutting edge of content creation. Let me show you some of the Skillshare classes that I've been enjoying and that have been helping me achieve those goals. I have thoroughly been enjoying complex selections made easy in Adobe Photoshop. Taking this class has taught me how to better crop my images in Photoshop, so I'm able to create really intricate thumbnails like the one you see here. I'm not a Photoshop expert whatsoever, so I appreciate this bite-sized content that's made for beginners like myself. And parallel to that, I have been taking this awesome productivity masterclass, principles and tools to boost your productivity. You may have already seen some of Ali's incredibly valuable videos on YouTube, but here on Skillshare, Ali goes into even more detail and depth on how you can maximize your productivity and seeing productivity from a different viewpoint than just trying to cram as much as you can into your day, but instead being effective and productive where it matters. So I have more time for myself, new hobbies, as well as my friends and family. That has made the Skillshare class incredibly valuable to me. So whether you'd like to explore more creative or career options for yourself, or you're like me and you kind of know what career path you're on, but you'd like to just hone in on certain skills and refine them, Skillshare is the perfect platform to help support you on your personal journey. And you guys, as per usual, the Unicorn Mom is here to hook you up. The first 1,000 beautiful little unicorns to click the link in the description box will get a 1-month completely free trial of Skillshare. That way you can test and explore this amazing platform with zero pressure or obligation. But I promise you, if you're into learning new skills, you'll be hooked on Skillshare before you know it. So don't forget to use my link below in the description box and get your free 1-month trial of Skillshare. I'd like to once again thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. But now let's head back into your readings. So now that you know how these readings work, allow for me to introduce you to the 3 groups that I have available for you for round 1 of your May predictions. Group number 1 corresponds to the Gentle Heart Tarot deck. Group number 2 corresponds to the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. And group number 3 corresponds to the Below the Surface Oracle deck. I recommend that you pick whichever one that you immediately thought resonated with you. Don't overthink it, just click it in the timestamps and you'll be fast forwarded to the first part of your May predictions. And if you feel at home and safe within this healing space on the internet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We're at almost 500,000 beautiful little unicorns. And join the fam in order to never miss another monthly horoscope. As you guys, I have consistently been uploading these monthly horoscopes for years without ever missing a month. But anyways, you guys, enough chit-chatting, let's get into your readings. I will be starting off your May predictions with the first group, which corresponds to the Gentle Heart Tarot deck. So if this is the group that you chose, then please continue watching. And to all of my other beautiful groups and signs of the zodiac, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to the first part of your May prediction. Now, you chose the Gentle Heart Tarot deck in order to help guide you. So we're just going to vibe with each other. We're just going to see what the preliminary messages are that we've got from your guides and the universe for you concerning the month of May. So let's get into it. First up, we've got the 3 of Diamonds for you. Within the 3 of Diamonds, we have a card of collaborating with others when it comes to your work, of being unafraid to make sure that within team settings, you're also inviting in new people. And by the way, group number 1, if I look over here, it's because my viewfinder is in this direction and I want to make sure that everything is in focus. So as already mentioned, the 3 of Diamonds is about joining forces with others when it comes to your work and your professional life. And I definitely want you to understand here that the 3 of Diamonds is representative of a month in which you're going to be working in bigger groups on projects that you just can't stem by yourself. And that's fine. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to deal with other people. Within the 10 of Crystals, I see that this is so necessary because group 1, you have been stemming way too much. You've been overworking yourself. You have been just overall, you've had all of these crystals on your back, on your shoulder, group 1. It's time for you to take a little bit of time to chill, a little bit of time to also give other people some responsibility. Because in all honesty, group number 1, yes, you are very capable. You're someone who can do anything that they set their mind towards. However, group number 1, if it's not necessary, why work yourself to the bone? Why work yourself into an early grave, so to say? There's no point. I see here within the 9 of Diamonds that you're going to be just as successful, if not even more successful, pairing up with other people, working with others on projects when it comes to your career as well as the professional sphere. Within the 9 of Diamonds, I can see here that you're very close to turning a corner on more success when it comes to your professional life and the earthly realms, when it comes to the type of material gain that is before you. And within the Devil, I can see some temptation to overspend or to kind of rush certain things. So if you're working on big projects, or if you're just about to have a significant amount of savings in your account, try to not succumb to temporary pleasures such as purchasing some new clothes, shoes, maybe going on a vacation, or getting something that is close to what you want but not really what you want. Try to be frugal. Try to make sure that you're keeping all of your coins where they can actually have the biggest impact on your life quality, rather than succumbing to marketing tactics and schemes, or feeling as though you have to keep up with what you see in the media. Next up, we've got the Knight of Crystals, which definitely shows a very enthusiastic you when it comes to your success in the earthly realms. So you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. You're not afraid to work really hard when it comes to your career. You can be the first one in the office and the last one out, no problem, group number 1. And I definitely see here within the Knight of Crystals that there are quite a few people who envy you for that, for the fact that you've got that discipline and you've got that drive, and that's something that not everyone is fortunate enough to have. I see here within the Star that there is a lot of hope on the horizon for more opportunities and, in a way, also a better life for you, group number one. I see that during the month of May, you will see a light at the end of the tunnel with all of the efforts that you've put in order to become the person that you are today and to create a prosperous future for yourself. And the star definitely shows here that all of your hopes and dreams do have this light at the end of the tunnel that shows you that it is possible, that your dreams can come true, and that the most important thing for you is to stay dedicated, to stay focused, and of course to ensure here within the devil that nothing that you deep down know isn't serving you seduces you. Try to stay away from all that. Also unhealthy foods, fried things, very sugary things, relationships and connections with people who you know are toxic or semi-toxic. Just don't even go there, group number one. It will slow you down very unnecessarily, as it's clear that during the month of May, you can accomplish some great things professionally speaking and take some great strides forward when it comes to your health as well. Because when you're not constantly putting all of the weight on your shoulders and all of the responsibility on yourself, and you're delegating and you're allowing for people to help you, you also have more time to take care of you, group number one. So this is the reading that I received for you. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. But now we'll move into the second part of your prediction, group one. So scroll down into the description box, click your zodiac sign, and you'll be fast forwarded to part 2, which is your May horoscope. So I'll catch you during your zodiac signs portion of this video. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to part 1 of your May prediction. Now, you chose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot to help guide you for the month of May. So let's get straight into it to figure out precisely what kind of vibe that we've got going on for you during the month of May and what the main characteristics are of what you'll be going through. So first up, we've got the 5 of Water for you. Within the 5 of Water, and by the way, if I look over here, my viewfinder is here, and I just want to make sure everything is in focus, group number 2. So the 5 of Water shows me that the month of May is going to have a very emotional undertone for you. You're going to be feeling all the feels, group number 2, and you're definitely going to be pouring your heart out to those closest to you because you just feel as though you need a little bit of an outlet during the month of May. You may also do a lot more creative tasks such as painting, singing, creating something in which you can put all of your feels, and that can be beautiful, that can be ugly, that can be scary. It doesn't really matter what you create. It's just about representing the emotions and the journey that you're going through. I see here within the youth that the month of May is also bringing out a very childlike, vibrant energy within you, and this may be necessary, especially if you've always felt like as a child you couldn't properly actually be a kid. Group number 2, if you felt as though you always had to be an adult, you always kind of had to look out for yourself, and like you had a lot of responsibility from a young age. Often when people are known as old souls, it's not because they wanted to be old souls or they wanted to be so mature. They simply were not given any other choice. So when kids are very mature, there's no such thing as a mature child. That is just a child that is forced to grow up too quickly. That is just a child that is forced to be more mature than they really should be at that age. And that's just because they know that if they don't deal with things in such a mature way, no one else will deal with whatever they're going through. And it can be a tough situation to be in. So being mature as a kid isn't just always pluses. Sometimes it also comes back in the sense of wanting to be a little childish, wanting to just relive that childlike sense of wonderment, even as an adult or at a later point in life, i.e. May of 2023. Next up, we've got the Ace of Earth. Now within the Ace of Earth, I want you to know here, group 2, that we've got new beginnings coming for you when it comes to your career. So because you have this fun childlike sense of wonderment and you're putting in a lot of effort and work into creative ventures, you're thinking to yourself, this could be a full-time gig. This thing that starts out as a part-time hobby that may have have started out as just a fun project is turning into something bigger, into something more meaningful, or at least you've got this vision that it could be just that. Next up, we've got the body and mind. So your body and mind connection is strong and especially apparent during the month of May. You're realizing that the more your mind is kind of in turmoil, you also feel it on the physical plane of your body too. And vice versa, if your mind is in a calm, kind of centered space, if you feel like you found your equilibrium and you're pretty relaxed, you're in a meditative place, everything just seems more calm, everything just seems like you're able to deal. And also, it is easier for you to digest. It's easier for you to get through the day. You don't feel as exhausted. So your mental space does truly affect how you feel in your physical body. So therefore, having control over your mind is something that you're not just fascinated by, but something that you're going to start practicing very deeply during the month of May. Next up, we've got the Seven of Fire. So here within the Seven of Fire, I want you to know that the month of May brings more life force than you expected. So things are happening very quickly, very rapidly. I see here within the Seven of Fire that nothing really intimidates you. You feel like you've got this, group number 2, like there's nothing you have to be so afraid of. And this is exactly what you need for the month of May, because there are a lot of things coming towards you where you need full concentration. You need to make sure that you've got your focus on the prize, that you're not allowing for other people to intimidate you in any way. And here within the Seven of Fire, it's clear that the month of May is not a month in which you're concerned about people pleasing. This is a month of getting things done and of actually honoring your feelings and your needs, whether that be to just have a day of being a kid again, or to pour out your heart to friends and family, maybe even parents, about how you felt growing up and how you think it affected you, if they'll listen, if you're fortunate enough to be in that situation. I see here within faith that regardless of whether you have someone who can listen to what you've been through, whether you can heal the trauma with whoever it is that caused it, don't make your healing dependent on another person or on the person who caused the traumatic experience. And that's not to say that they tried to or wanted to, but as human beings, it is normal to cause traumatic experiences to other people, even if we're unaware of it, even if we're not trying to do so, and to have some traumatic experiences of some sorts, of some kind. And to make your healing dependent on whether that person heals with you, is present, or acknowledges what they did wrong, that is torture and suffering, group number 2, and that we are trying to avoid. So have faith in the fact that you can heal, you can do things in a better way, you can put yourself into a position of finally getting over some hurt and some pain, whether the other person who caused it is involved or not, whether you have your pain acknowledged or not, that does not matter. I see here in the Queen of Fire that you're in a space of confidence, of having some impulsive urges, but still thinking first before you act and making decisions pretty rapidly. The month of May brings fire sign energy. Think Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy, which is very quick, very witty, intelligent, and isn't afraid to take action. And that's precisely the type of vibe that we've got for you during the month of May, my beautiful souls of group 2. So this is the first part of your May prediction. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of overview of the month of May for you, but now we'll delve into more detail, focusing on your zodiac sign. So scroll down into the description box, click your zodiac sign, and you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your May horoscope. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to the first part of your May 2023 predictions. So you chose the Below the Surface Oracle deck to help guide you to get an overview of what the month of May is going to look like for you. So let's delve right into it before we move into part 2, which is based on your zodiac sign. So group 3, let's figure out what May has in store for you. First up, we've got the beluga whale. And by the way, if I look into my viewfinder over here, it's just because I want to make sure everything is nice and crisp for you. So the beluga whale is representative of you feeding your curiosity and trying new things. So it is evident that during the month of May, you are going to try a lot of new things, be it new hobbies, new foods, maybe even a new romantic partner, group number 3, not judging. And I want you to know here within the beluga whale that this shows you're pretty fearless. You're in a stable place during the month of May where you feel like you've got the bandwidth to try something different. You've got the bandwidth to try a new and exciting thing. Next up, we've got the coconut octopus. This is one of my favorite cards of the Below the Surface Oracle, and it shows that you're on the right path. Keep going through the in-betweens, my beautiful souls of group 3. Yes, the month of May seem a little weird. You may be in a weird in-between spot when it comes to your work, maybe in kind of a situationship in your personal life, romantically speaking. There could still be healing that needs to be done with a family member, but know here that you are on the right path. The month of May is just forward movement for you. It's just progress. And sometimes progress can feel weird, it can feel slow, it can feel like you are in a space where things aren't moving as rapidly as you'd like them to. And I want you to understand here within the coconut octopus that regardless of how doubtful you may be, the month of May is actually you just being on the right path. Next up, we've got the spiny seahorse for you. Now, the spiny seahorse represents reversed roles. Live your own traditions, values, and norms. That's what the spiny seahorse speaks of and is representative of. I want you to know that the month of May is really a month of not giving an F about what other people think about how you handle your relationships, your situationships, how you would maybe like to build your family, the type of job you want to do, because jobs are not one size fits all, okay? The conventional way of doing things isn't accurate for everyone. It doesn't work for everyone. It doesn't fulfill every single soul on this planet. And maybe reversed roles are completely okay for you compared to traditional gender roles and even preferred. So rather than feeling like something is weird about you, you're understanding that you can shape your own life. You can shape your own traditions, make your own values and norms. It doesn't matter how anyone else feels about it. The most important thing is that you and whoever is involved with you feels comfortable in these roles that you are redefining and recreating. Next up, we've got the orca pod. Now, the orca pod is representative of this beautiful saying that teamwork makes the dream work. Work with others to accomplish greatness. Don't be afraid to take others into your creative projects, to include them, to work with other creatives and people who are just motivated and disciplined and want to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing, group number 3. And here within the orca pod, definitely understand that sometimes to accomplish the biggest, most impactful things, you can't do any other way but work with others. And it's especially difficult if you're a bit of an introvert. If you're like me, for example, who's a bit of an introvert, a bit of a perfectionist, everything needs to be done a certain way. It can be hard to delegate and to give other people that trust that they will do things right, but there is no other way. A very essential part of teamwork is to trust. It is to give people the freedom to make mistakes, but also to be great. Next up, we've got the great white shark, which actually connects to the number 1 in this deck, and the number 1 is the number of initiation. It is the number of also putting yourself first, and the message we've got in the great white shark is to go for it. Strike when the iron is hot, group number 3. There will be some really unique opportunities present for you during the month of May. And as your great white shark spirit guide is trying to communicate to you, strike while the iron is hot. Go for it. Don't overthink these once in a lifetime opportunities that you've got coming towards you, and simply listen to your gut, listen to your intuition on this one, group number 3. Next up, we've got the mantis shrimp. The most important thing for you is to not give up during the month of May. You may just be so close to an immense amount of success and greatness and accomplishment. And so turning back or feeling doubtful of this in-between space that we spoke about in the coconut octopus, where it can feel like you're working hard, but the forward movement isn't happening in such big strides as you'd like. I want you to know here within the mantis shrimp that you are almost there. That is the message that the mantis shrimp brings to you. And of course, to not give up, to keep going, to keep chasing those dreams, and to know that just around the corner, without you even knowing that there's a corner there, you're about to be wildly successful. Next up, and lastly, for the first part of your prediction, we've got the longhorn cowfish. This is one of my favorite cards of the deck. The longhorn cowfish brings the message of something shiny and new. Expect a valuable gift during the month of May. Maybe it is your birthday month. Maybe it is a month in which you are celebrating something specific. Either way, I would like you to know that during the month of May, you are going to receive some sort of gift, some sort of valuable present, something that's maybe small, something that is of really great meaning and high quality that will last you for years to come, and something that is more generous than you're really comfortable with or than you expected. And it's important for you to just accept group number 3. If you're the type of person who even struggles to accept a compliment, which is completely free and only costs a little bit of time and effort, you may struggle a lot here with the longhorn cowfish and this valuable gift you're receiving during the month of May. But this is your sign for you to just say thank you and appreciate it, to be grateful, and of course to enjoy this valuable gift that's coming towards you. Now, group 3, this is part 1 of your May prediction. We're now going to delve into what is specific to your zodiac sign, what is specifically coming towards your sign for the month of May. So scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and you will be fast forwarded to the second, even more personalized and intricate part of your May horoscope. So I will catch you at the click of your next timestamp. Hello, all my beautiful Aries babies, and welcome to the horoscope portion of your May 2023 predictions, which is based on your zodiac sign. So let's see what's coming towards you. First up, we've got the 3 of Wands as well as the King of Wands. So this is all fire sign energy, which works perfectly for Aries. You are a fire sign, of course. So here within the 3 of Wands, during the month of May, you're going to finish some old projects and you'll be looking forward to what's on the horizon next. You've got strong leadership energy. You are in your divine masculine. You're getting things done, as we can see here within the King of Wands, and you're unafraid to take the lead and take on new responsibilities. You're also most likely going to be put in a leadership position when it comes to your work. People trust you. People give you a lot of responsibilities because they know that you can handle it. Next up, we've got the 9 of Cups. So within the 9 of Cups, which is actually called the wish card in the tarot, know that during the month of May, some things that you have wished for, that you feel strongly emotionally attached towards, are going to come true for you. So this could be a promotion. This could be being approved for a home, a loan, a vehicle, for example. This is a big thing and a big deal that allows you to look forward to the future even more and makes you feel like a boss. Next up, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is indicative of the fact that you are working hard on all of your ventures in the earthly realms, on creating a better, more stable life for yourself financially and in a material sense. And I do see here that you're just about to turn the corner for the better. So we did have that in connectivity here to the Nine of Cups and you accomplishing something that you've been wanting to accomplish for a very long time. So know here within the Nine of Pentacles that again we have this notion confirmed within your reading for the month of May that things in your job and career are going to continue to grow and flourish. Next up, we've got the Three of Cups, which I like to call the party card. This is a card of celebration. So going to a birthday party, a wedding, someone's vow renewal, it could also be just a celebration that's at your work, for example, a vacation, a little mini getaway. The Three of Cups shows that during the month of May, you have a lot to feel excited about and a lot to celebrate. Next, we've got the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords here shows me that there is an air sign that is coming towards you. Now, an air sign could be a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. And I want you to know here within the King of Swords that this is someone who is very logical. This is an individual who is analytical, but at the same time, they are still a ethical person. So they're not someone who is just like a robot. They really, truly are a caring individual. And this person is going to help you accomplish more of your dreams, goals, and aspirations. This could be a well-meaning boss. It could also be a teacher or, for example, a parent or a grandparent who's helping you accomplish more greatness during the month of May with amazing advice of the life experiences that they have garnered and that they have collected over the years. Next, within the King of Wands, we have a repetition here of this tarot card that already showed up within the Tattoo Tarot at the start of your prediction. Now, my beautiful Aries babies, this shows that your Aries energy is ignited during the month of May. Undoubtedly, you are in full bloom, in full force. This is a highly favorable month for you that brings out the best in you. You're feeling confident, you're feeling like you can accomplish anything, and like the world is your oyster. The best part of this is that it shows. You're looking more attractive, you are looking like you are in charge of your life, and that allows for people to think to themselves, this is a really trustworthy person. So it actually not only has a great effect on you, but also your career and your social standing. Next up, we've got the star. The star is a symbol of hope. It is a symbol that shows that there are great things to come in the future. And I want you to know that the star is also symbolic of inspiration. So because May is going so well, you have a lot of inspiration for the upcoming months as well. You feel as though there's nothing that you cannot do. You're feeling very inspired to go that extra mile and do even more moving forward when it comes to your personal life, your career. Your productivity is on another level, which allows you to truly access more heights and higher levels than you ever have before within your existence. Now, the 10 der Stäbe is the 10 of Wands in German, as this is a deck that's in German. I want you to know in the 10 of Wands that it is also time for you to move on from self-doubt. It's time for you to not take on responsibilities that just weigh you down, but instead take on responsibilities that you want to take on. We spoke about it in the King of Wands, how people are going to give you more responsibilities because they trust in you, because they feel as though you're very capable, which you are. But of course, you also have to create some boundaries, my beautiful Aries. You can't take on the entire world. You need some time for yourself too. Next up, we have the Herrscherin. So the Herrscherin is actually the Empress. I want you to know here within the Herrscherin that you've got this beauty that's radiating from you during the month of May, and also a lot of abundance that's present. Furthermore, if you're looking into fertility or that is important for you, the Empress is actually a symbol of fertility being on a high. But fertility doesn't just have to mean babies. Fertility can also mean fertile grounds for business ideas, fertile grounds for you to create new projects. And I want you to know here within the Empress that it is also symbolic of love. But this doesn't have to mean romantic love. This could also be the very important love that you have from friends and family. Next up, we have the Sechster Kelche, which is the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups shows me strong bonds and friendships. So I want you to know here within the Six of Cups, as well as the Empress, that your relationships are really thriving. So any connection that you have with friends and family is going to be preserved and is going to actually just do better. If you are in a little bit of a squabble or a qualm with someone, I want you to know that the month of May is going to bring reconciliation for you. Now, the Hierophant here does show that you will be the bigger person. And I know, my beautiful Aries, you may think to yourself, again, why do I always need to be the bigger person? Well, sometimes in life there is no answer to why you are the one who quote unquote has to be the bigger person, but think of it this way. You don't have to, but at the end of the day, is it really worth holding on to not wanting to be the bigger person and losing that time? Imagine how many 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds, even 50-year-olds are out here who know that maybe they don't have very much time left to live in this body and this earthly plane, and they wish they had a couple extra weeks or days. And here we are wasting that time thinking we have all the time in the world, thinking we're young and cute and, well, we don't want to be the bigger person, and we're wasting and losing time with loved ones and friends, being in little squabbles and petty arguments and disagreements. So you choosing to be that person who doesn't allow their ego to take over actually allows you to live in a way that gives you so much more time with the people you love, and in the end, people are going to look back and really appreciate that. Next up, we've got the Six of Swords, and now the Six of Swords does show that you're moving in a new direction when it comes to your spiritual path. So maybe you're looking into different practices such as deeper meditations. That's what I see here in connectivity to the Hierophant. Let me just make a little more space for us here for your cards, my beautiful Aries. Here we go. So moving in a new direction, spiritually speaking, a more enlightening path and route for you, which is going to serve you on this path to not just living your best life, but not wasting any time with those you love. And within the Three of Coins, I see that you're collaborating with other people on projects in the material realm when it comes to your work, when it comes to your creative ventures, when it comes to just overall how you earn a living. The Three of Coins shows here that this is a month of inspiration, of creation, and collaboration with other people, and these collaborations are most likely going to be very fruitful for you. So my beautiful Aries babies, this is the May prediction that I received for you. Please do leave a little cup emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received your reading, and you made it all the way to the end, that you're a real one. Thank you so much for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my gorgeous Gemini babies, and welcome to your May 2023 predictions. Now, this is the Zodiac portion of your May reading. I hope that you enjoyed choosing part 1 during the intro of this video, but now we're going to talk all things Gemini, shall we? So first up, we've got healing. So one thing that I can see here for my gorgeous Geminis is that the month of May is going to bring healing. Maybe you haven't been feeling so good, quite literally speaking. You've been feeling a little ill, you've been having migraines, headaches, maybe you have pain in your knee. I want you to know here within healing that the month of May is going to bring some great solutions and some improvements to your health, both physically as well as mentally. So if you're healing trauma, if you're healing hurts, pains, and aches that you have acquired over the years of just being a human being and having to deal with other human beings, I want you to know that the month of May is going to restore a little bit of faith in humanity for you. Next up, I see here within wisdom for my beautiful Gemini babies that there is this hermit vibe of having spiritual enlightenment through being in solitude and just having time to reflect, having time to figure out how certain scenarios of your past have affected you and possibly are still affecting you today, and what you can do in order to better your life moving forward. Now, within the Ace of Air, I want you to know that the month of May actually does bring you this new sense sense of thinking, this new and improved way of seeing the world. And by new and improved, it doesn't mean that the way that you're seeing the world prior to May isn't good, but you're just seeing the world in a way that is a little bit friendlier, that allows you to feel a little safer within your existence. Next up here within the Three of Water, I want you to know that this all comes from a place of connecting with others. You'll be going to birthday parties, to social gatherings. People are going to invite you out during the month of May and show you that they care. And this is something that allows you to feel like maybe there are people out here who are just kind, who do just want to share nice, compassionate moments, and who are empathetic towards others. So here within the Three of Water, I want you to know that your relationships are going well. And within the Ace of Air, that this allows you to think to yourself, maybe I can actually trust more people than I thought, even though I've been hurt in the past. Next up, we've got the Eight of Air. Within the Eight of Air, I want you to know that things are moving very quickly, and it is a balancing act between doing as much as you can during the month of May, having this huge to-do list, crossing everything off, and also maybe doing so much that it burns you out a little bit. As you can see here on one side, we have a little bit of pain, a little bit of hurt and bleeding, and on the other side, things are just looking up, if you will. So it is definitely a month of finding balance within the speed, within how quickly things are moving, but you've got this, all of my beautiful Geminis. Don't worry about whether you've got what it takes in order to come out on top. You do. You simply need to take action where it matters. So being productive isn't just about being busy the whole day. It's about being effective, right? About applying your energy where it truly matters the most. Next up, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Starting a new business venture during the month of May. Does that sound familiar, my beautiful Gemini babies? Well, here within the Ace of Pentacles, I want you to understand that the month of May brings an opportunity for you to start a completely new business venture, and you're most likely going to grab that opportunity. You're most likely going to go for it. You'll start that online store, you'll start that blog, you will begin to do a research, to maybe even found your LLC. The Ace of Pentacles is indicative of the fact that you're fearlessly going to take the next steps. And the Eight of Pentacles shows that during the month of May, you're going to do a lot of learning, studying, and becoming better at your craft, and potentially also turning that side hustle into your main squeeze, into your main hustle, if you will. And I want you to know here that this shows a lot of courage. This shows that you have healed and that you believe in yourself. Next up, we've got the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups shows that there's some sort of heartache. And all of my beautiful Geminis, I hope that you can appreciate my honesty and the fact that I don't just read the cards that are favorable. Now, the Four of Cups shows here that there is a little bit of this feeling of being alone in this world, like others can't understand you. And this heartache may come from a place of you starting this new venture and feeling as though the people around you don't quite understand how difficult it is, what the struggles truly are, what they contain. Maybe you don't have anyone in close proximity or in your family who has done what you're trying to do. And of course, this can make you feel like you're alone or they simply don't get it, but it's not the end of the world. I want you to know here within the Wheel of Fortune that actually there are always these ups and downs. Sometimes we can be in a room full of people or friends and family even and still feel lonely. That doesn't mean that our connections aren't good or sincere or that we need to restart and find new friends and family. Not at all. We all go through different phases, and sometimes even in the moments where we're with those who should be closest to us, there can still be this little feeling of being by yourself and this little feeling of just being a little misunderstood. Next up, we've got the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is actually so connected, so similar to the Wisdom card. I want you to know here in the Hermit, again, we've got this enlightenment, we've got this lamp, this epiphany, right? You being in solitude and being in the dark, but then you have this lamp that illuminates the way moving forward. So you've got this huge epiphany during the month of May coming towards you that allows you to know precisely where you want to go next, what you want to do next. And here within the Five of Swords, you're not afraid for the road ahead to be challenging, for it to maybe even be rocky or bumpy, as long as you're moving forward. You're not afraid to show the world what you're made of, or to even have some healthy competition on your journey me. So let's see here what else we've got for the month of May. Next up, we've got the Knight of Swords. So you're very fearless. You're communicating clearly your wants and your needs. You are the type of person who isn't afraid to just take the lead, to move forward, to push in the direction that you want to, even if that means that you have to kind of push some people out of the way, if you know what I mean. If you have to kind of show some people that you're not going to back down. And the King of Coins shows me that this is exactly what you need in order to be on top in your career, to either be the boss, manager, CEO, or make your business successful. You have to talk about it. You have to put it out there. You have to be unafraid to be competitive and to show others that you've got what it takes to be on top, that you're not afraid to lead. That doesn't mean that you're going to make life difficult for others. That doesn't mean that you are a ruthless person. However, you're putting yourself first, and someone has to win the race, and you're going to put yourself in that leadership position. Now, all of my beautiful Geminis, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Please do leave a little candle emoji below in the comment section, as we had a lot of this illumination, a lot of these epiphanies here within your May prediction for you. And of course, subscribe to my channel to never miss another monthly reading. So my gorgeous Gemini babies, I wish you an amazing day or night whenever you are watching your reading, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Taurus babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your May 2023 predictions, which is based on your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed choosing part 1 during the intro of this video, but now let's get even deeper into your May reading and add on to that. So first up, we've got the Knight of Swords. So I do see that you're moving forward. There's a lot of go-getter energy here for you, my beautiful Taurus baby, and you're unafraid to tell people how it is. If there is a boss, a friend, or a family member who has really gotten under your skin and said some things that are just not okay, you're going to tell them straight to their face. You're going to create and enforce your boundaries and make sure that other people know that you're not playing games. I see here within the Four of Swords that this comes from a place of just being done of people walking all over you or using or seeing your kindness as a form of weakness. I see here within the Four of Swords that you've been through a lot, my beautiful Taurus babies, and you don't want to go through even more. So you're protecting yourself. You're making it very clear how you want your life to be, how you want your relationships to be and to feel, and making sure that you're only keeping people around who respect that. Next up, within the Three of Cups, which I like to also call the party card, I can see that you're having a great time during the month of May. You're celebrating life, and you feel very comfortable in your body, even in its natural form. I see here within the Three of Cups that during the month of May, you are spending time celebrating with friends and family. Maybe there's a birthday or a wedding that you're attending, and you're having a good time. You're drinking, maybe an alcohol-free beverage, maybe not. Either way, you're partying and enjoying. Next up here within the Six of Coins, I want you to know that you're going to be given more money than you thought during the month of May. There's going to be more that's coming towards you in the material realm, in the sense of funds, in the sense of also having more time than you expected. But this is a logical conclusion as you're creating and enforcing boundaries in your personal life, that with these boundaries come more respect, and when people respect your time, you've got more of it because they are not carelessly using your time to their benefit. I see here within the Eight of Swords, or the Eight of Air, that it is a balancing act between being kind and close to people, but also making sure that people don't cut you or people don't cross you in a way that's going to hurt you. And you're learning that because as a Taurus, you're someone who is very stable, reliable, and patient, but sometimes you can be a little too patient, and that could be in the end to your own detriment. So you're learning the balance between being patient and kind, but also kind of holding people accountable. Here within the Five of Air, I want you to know that when it comes to May, you are thinking outside of the box. You're kind of holding others accountable, but at the same time, also reminding yourself that they make mistakes, you have made mistakes as well. Forgiveness is something that you are practicing that you're not bad at whatsoever, my beautiful Taurus babies. And I see here within the 5 of air that you're listening to your intuition on who deserves another chance, who deserves for you to be patient, and who is just playing. Next up, within the ace of fire, I can see creative inspiration and life force that's coming towards fresh, new, creative ideas that you have. So because you are not wasting your time and your energy trying to please other people or trying to make relationships work, I see here within the ace of fire that actually gives you a lot more time for the projects that you've been neglecting in your creative life. And I also want you to know here in the ace of fire that this allows you to really see things from the perspective of having enough time for everything and anything you'd like to do. I see here within the hero card that when it comes to your life in May, there is this victorious side to it. You will feel as though you finally got your life under control, like you're going in a direction that you've always desired for your life to move towards, and like you are taking charge of your own personal successes. Here within the death card, I want you to know that this is actually representative of a rebirth. Oh, we actually had 2 cards that popped right upside down for you. So let's first talk about the death card. The death card isn't actually symbolic of literal death. Don't worry about that, my beautiful Taurus babies. This is symbolic of a rebirth, of a fresh beginning. Like a snake that sheds its skin, this is something that needs to happen in order for there to be growth, quite literally speaking. And then we've also got knowledge for you. So May allows you to increase your knowledge, your learning. Maybe you're also studying for tests or for you to become better at your craft. And it shows here, I can see that you're gaining not only knowledge, but also experience, and that it's going to feel like a fresh beginning during the month of May for you. And moving forward in the year 2023, May is going to be in your head and in your memory like a very monumental time. And I want you to know here within the Devil card that, yeah, there are temptations for you to, for example, drink a little more than you maybe should, like we spoke about here in the 3 of Cups and you partying and having a good time. There are temptations to see yourself as a little bit of a victim, if you will, here within this rebirth of this new beginning and feeling like it's all too much and too overwhelming. But I see that you're not going to succumb to that, because the Empress shows that there are so many fertile grounds within the month of May that everything you touch turns to gold if you just put in a little bit of effort and don't allow yourself to succumb to any negative thoughts or unhelpful thoughts. The Empress does also represent you going through a glow up and being very attractive to other people and having people surrounding you who would like to be with you intimately and romantically speaking. So we have a card that clearly wants to speak, which is the Emperor. Now the Emperor is indicative of you taking charge, taking the lead, and being a boss for the month of May. And it also can show here that you are dealing a lot with your boss, quite literally speaking. But this is in a positive sense. You are asserting boundaries and limits, but at the same time having a good time with a boss, with someone who has accomplished more than you have in the earthly realm, someone whose career that you look up to, and you're learning a lot from them. You're kind of just soaking everything up like a sponge, and you're both enjoying this experience. Now, the 10 of Cups shows me that socially speaking, May is very fulfilling. You feel like you are at the heartbeat, at the center of an amazing social life. People are inviting you out left and right, and also in your professional life, you are feeling like you're extremely popular because people come to you for advice, and you're getting a lot of jobs and tasks that you've wanted in order to get a promotion, a raise, to be better at your career, and to put yourself in a position of increasing your portfolio, increasing your accomplishments and your earnings. So all of my beautiful Taurus babies, this is your May prediction that I've received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Don't forget to leave a little snake emoji below in the comment section to represent the Taurus fam and to let me and others know that you made it to the end of your reading. Also, subscribe to my channel if you never want to miss another monthly horoscope, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my gorgeous fellow Cancerians, and welcome to the second, even more detailed part of your May prediction. This is based on your zodiac sign. I hope that you enjoyed receiving part 1 of your reading, which you got to choose from during the intro of this video, but we have a card that clearly wants to speak immediately for my beautiful Cancerians. Now, the month of May I see here within the star card brings hope on the horizon, as well as shows you a completely new career path that you never thought of and that you never expected was going to be yours. So know that the month of May is going to bring a lot of unexpected surprises for you. And I see here within the Four of Swords that this is much needed in order to lift you out of a place of feeling lonely, of feeling misunderstood, or even a little depressed. So May definitely is going to help you illuminate, lift yourself up mentally speaking, and get to this next stage of your life cycle where you feel as though things are finally moving in the right direction again. Within the Ace of Wands, I see for you that you have a lot of fresh creative juices that are flowing. If you've had creator's block or writer's block, you know how difficult it can be to get yourself out of a creative rut, but the month of May is doing just that for you. It could be the weather, it could be the time of the year, it could just be something within you that clicks and somehow allows you to connect with your creative force again. Either way, I want you to know that you've got a big vision, you've got a lot of things that you're working towards, and here within the Lovers, I want you to know that everything comes from a place of love and care. Everything you create shows that it has your heart, your blood, sweat, and tears within it. And furthermore, the Lovers card does also show a strong love connection that is present during the month of May. So there is a lot of depth here, there is a lot of growth in your romantic life. And I want you to know that the person who you will spend a lot of time with, romantically speaking, during the month of May is going to help you grow, and vice versa. This is very important, as I see in the Queen of Swords, that you're the type of person who needs mental stimulation. You could not be in a relationship, romantically speaking, or even in a friendship actually, with someone who simply looks good and you feel doesn't have much else other than their physical body to offer. You are the type of person who wants to continue to grow, to thrive, to evolve, and to connect with other living beings as well as spirit. And the Queen of Swords as well as the Lovers shows that anyone you spend time with during the month of May fascinates you and somehow helps you on your path to growth and to enlightenment. Now, the Seven of Earth here shows me connection, it shows balance, it is indicative of you finding your equilibrium, your personal center point during the month of May, and feeling a lot more relaxed and healed than you have in the past. Now, the Self card shows me that you're very much focused on your personal growth, and that people saying that you're selfish or that you're only looking out for yourself, it doesn't bother you, it doesn't really matter to you. You know that the most important thing in order to be of value or of any help in this world is to feel good about yourself and is for you to be healthy. So if that means that you have to put yourself first sometimes and risk people seeing you as selfish, then so be it, because at the end of the day, if you work yourself to the ground and if you kind of don't take care of yourself, the only person who is going to have to face those consequences day and night is you. The only person who is going to have to truly deal with those repercussions and live with whatever those may be is you, my beautiful Cancerians. So yeah, putting yourself first is essential, even if that kind of changes the perception that some people had of you. You're not afraid of that. You're the type of person who is okay with perceptions changing, or at least you've grown into this person who finds it more important to value your perception of yourself rather than have other people perceive you in a certain way. Of course, you don't want to be seen in a negative way, but you're not going to jump through hoops in order to please others anymore. Here within abundance, I see that the month of May brings just that, a lot of abundance, a lot of fertility, a lot of the things that you have desired in abundance. And I want you to know here that this is a month that allows you to see just how fruitful your life is and has yet to become. Here within the Nine of Swords or the Nine of Air, I want you to know that it's time for you to take a break during the month of May. Plan a vacation, plan a little getaway. You've been working extremely hard, my beautiful Cancerian, and it is essential that you sometimes make time in order to just have a change of scenery and some sort of change of environment, because otherwise you will further foster this kind of sense of stagnation that you of course want to avoid. Within the Sensation, I want you to know that during the month of May, you're going to open a lot of new doors for yourself, not just for the rest of the year 2023, but for your future in general. May is going to be such an eye-opener. It's going to be a heart-opener, so to say. This is a month that will show you just how much potential still lies ahead and how many things that you still have to do in this lifetime. And it is an exciting month. It is a month of following your instinct and where life naturally leads you. And here within the Fool, we've got a new beginning that's coming towards you. A new beginning that gives you so many possibilities, and this new beginning may be starting a completely new job, a new relationship, a new beginning of you just understanding that you've made your mistakes, you've had your downfalls, you've had your challenges in life, but you are not your mistakes or your challenges. There lies so much opportunity still for you ahead, and you're going to focus on everything that lifts you up and everything that allows you to see what can come in the future that you've always dreamt of and always desired. Here within the Eight of Swords, I can see that there is a little bit of this hypnotic, trance-like power to the month of May that allows you to see the big picture and allows you to see everything as an opportunity. But don't get lost in just dreaming, because taking action is just as important as being in your head. If you're in your head too much, that can kind of lead to restlessness, to insomnia, to sleepless nights, because all of a sudden you're a little too nervous, you're on edge, because rather than just being, you are constantly thinking. So spend some time just being and just existing as well. Now within the Three of Coins, I want you to know that collaborating with others in order to save time is very helpful and essential for the month of May for you. So allowing for you to delegate tasks to other people, not doing absolutely everything by yourself in your career, can really help calm your mind and your body and make sure that you've got a balance and that you don't burn out. So prioritize that, my gorgeous Cancerians. We're at the end of your horoscope for the month of May. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Don't forget to leave a little star emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are a Cancerian and that you watched your prediction all the way to the end. And of course, subscribe to my channel in order to never miss another monthly horoscope. I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. Have a gorgeous day or night whenever you've tuned into your prediction, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Leo babies, and welcome to your May 2023 Zodiac portion of your prediction. I hope that you enjoyed picking part one of your reading during the intro of this video, but now let's talk all things Leo, baby, shall we? So first up, we have got, we've got two cards. We've got the Ten of Cups as well as the Queen of Cups for you. We've got a lot of emotional energy during the month of May, but in the most positive sense for you, my beautiful Leo baby. The Ten of Cups shows fulfillment, family, stability, and looking forward to a joint future. The Queen of Cups shows me that you're being in your divine feminine energy, and you're in a place where you feel safe to do so, where you feel like you can be vulnerable, you can be feminine, you can be who you've always wanted to be without feeling like you've got to do everything by yourself. So this does show that you've got a worthwhile partner, you've got strong connections with friends and family where you feel safe, and where you feel very fulfilled emotionally speaking. Now, the Ace of Pentacles shows me that because things are going so well for you in your relationships and your emotional life, that this gives you the energy to start something new in your career and to embark on a journey that brings new, fun, fresh challenges. So this could be a promotion. This could be starting your own business, your own side hustle. I want you to understand here within the star that you also have this hope on the horizon for you during the month of May that shows that maybe the future may be better than you ever imagined for it to be. You are most likely going to be more successful than you thought you would be, my beautiful Leo babies, and that you've just scratched the surface of your capabilities. Next up, we've got the Devil card. Okay, so there will be some temptations. I hope you can appreciate my honesty and that I don't only just read the positive cards. I read the challenging ones just as real and as detailed. Now, here within the Devil, there is temptation in the form of maybe partying a lot, drinking, maybe succumbing to insecurities and overthinking your looks and your accomplishments. And it's important that you detach yourself from these thoughts and from feeling as though you're not enough. Because I see here within the Three of Pentacles that everyone around you has gone through these things, and sometimes you need to open up to people and exchange experiences. Spend a lot of time speaking to people who you can truly trust about the things that are going on in your life, the things that are maybe even bugging you, because that again will show you from a different perspective just how capable you are. Because trust me, your friends and family, those closest to you, are going to make this overthinking kind of go away a little bit, in the sense of reminding you of all the wins, all the accomplishments, all the things that you have done within your lifetime that are so worth celebrating and that show that you are so strong and so capable, my beautiful Leo babies. Next up, within the Seven of Earth, I see you finding your personal equilibrium, your center, a feeling of balance and a feeling of healing. I see here within the Seven of Earth that actually the month of May brings you this sense of stability that you haven't felt in a long time, and is going to help you align your chakras. Maybe you're quite literally going to go to someone who will help you align your chakras again. Here within healing, this is precisely what we were just speaking of within the Seven of Earth. Healing, recuperating, regeneration. Those are some of the main things you're doing during the month of May. And in connectivity to the Devil card, if you have been drinking a lot or eating very unhealthily, maybe using substances that aren't good for you and your nervous system, there is rehab going on here during the month of May. You are staying away from these things. You are making sure that you're allowing for your body and your mind to recover. Next, within the Two of Earth, I also see that you've got this balancing act going on between work as well as your personal life, your interests, and your hobbies. Both of these sides are very much on two different planes. So you've got it figured out in a sense of you compartmentalizing what work is and what your personal life consists of. You don't want to mix business and pleasure, and this is going very well for you for the month of May, actually, as I see here within the Six of Earth, that for the month of May, it has always been important for you to keep business and pleasure separate, but in May especially, because you've got more successes on your side. And just to be blunt and honest with you, you've got more funds than some people who want to lend money from you, who want your time, who want your advice, and you have to be pretty picky. And if you do lend money to anyone, be okay with never seeing it again, my beautiful Leo baby, because when you need it back, that puts you in a position where you're just going to get angry. Trust me, it is best that if you lend someone money, you just think to yourself preemptively, you're never going to get it back. And then when you do, you're very happy about it. But when you don't bat an eyelash, because you know that in your head, you already made this pact with yourself that you are okay if you don't get it back. And you only gave time and energy and money to someone because you wanted to, not because you expected anything in return, because you just wanted to help. That is the best way to deal with situations during the month of May where people are asking you for things. And if you don't want to, if you know it's going to bother you, just don't. The Seven of Cups shows that you've got choices. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to during the month of May. You are choosing to do what makes you happy, what makes you fulfilled. That's what I I see here within the Ten of Cups. And you've also got a lot of people who are interested in you romantically speaking. So even if you are in a committed relationship, know that someone is most likely going to come up to you and speak to you and flirt with you. The Page of Swords shows me this is a young air sign. Think a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. The Page of Swords is someone who is bubbly, who is very logical and fun and intelligent. So this is the type of person with whom you can spend an amazing time with, but it's up to you whether you actually want to be with them within a relationship. I see here within the Tower that the month of May brings fresh beginnings in the sense of anything that wasn't meant to last is not going to stay upright. That could be that there's even some sort of natural disaster near you that breaks down a lot of houses and buildings that were not built on a solid foundation, quite literally speaking, but also any kind of job practices that aren't sustainable are going to crumble during the month of May. So if in your company that you're working in or working for, there are things that leaders have decided on or you decided to do that was not really meant to last for a very long time, the month of May is going to bring those practices to an end. That could be, for example, if there are unsustainable practices with people judging other co-workers, maybe there's classism, racism, there's just something going on within your workforce that isn't sustainable to a healthy workplace. It's going to come to an end. The Six of Swords shows that you're moving in a completely fresh direction with communication, with your thought process, with how you see things. So there is a lot of change that's going on during the May, but in the end, it's for the better. So my beautiful Leo babies, this is your May prediction that I've received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Please do leave a little moon emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, you received your May prediction, and you're a Leo baby. Furthermore, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another monthly reading, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, my beautiful Virgo babies, and welcome to your May 2023 horoscope portion of your May prediction. I hope that you enjoyed picking the first part of your May reading during the intro of this video, but now let's talk all things Virgo for the month of May, shall we? So first up, we've got the 10 of Wands. All my beautiful Virgo babies, have you been piling more on your plate than you can chew or digest? Have you been taking on 1,000,001 tasks, trying to just cover as much as you possibly can, but knowing that maybe you are extremely close to burnout, extremely close to exhaustion all the time? Well, the universe is calling you out, my beautiful Virgo babies, because now it is time for you to rest. Your guides want you to know that this is no joke. You have to take time to relax, to recuperate. You have to take time to regain your strength and say no to more things so you can say yes to yourself more frequently. I see here within the Sun, which is actually one of the most favorable cards of the tarot, that the month of May brings a lot of warmth, a lot of strong, intimate connections and depth in your relationships. And it's definitely a time of feeling like you've got everything going for you. So as soon as you stop trying to do everything and you focus on what's really healthiest for you, that's when you can thrive and flourish and feel alive. Here within the Eight of Cups, I can see for you, my beautiful Virgo babies, that your emotional well-being is dependent on every single decision you make during the month of May, both big and small. Every decision matters, and it is essential for you to look at the long term. So if you know that long term it's not really sustainable for you to be overworking the way you have, don't wait until you burn out. Don't wait until there are real issues here with your mental health, your physical health, in order for you to take a step back. Already do so during the month of May, and know here in the Eight of Cups that taking care of yourself should always come first and should always be something that you look towards. Looking towards the sun, looking towards creating harmony. All of my beautiful Virgo babies, leave a sun emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a Virgo and that you're here receiving your reading. Next up, we've got the Nine of Wands reversed. So I see a lot of healing that is coming towards you for the month of May because you're taking this seriously and you're already scheduling in some days off, some spa days for the month of May, and you know what needs needs to be done. You know that it's finally time for you to take a step back. And here within the Seven of Cups, I do want you to understand that you've got a lot of different options and a lot of different temptations, especially romantically speaking. So people who are speaking to you very nicely, my beautiful Virgo babies, who are flirting with you, who are showing deep interest and desire in being with you. And there is definitely a very seductive aspect to you during the month of May, but you are also in a position where someone might seduce you. I see here within the Seven of Pentacles that you've worked really hard, and a lot of the things you've put in motion, a lot of the projects that you've helped build and create, they just need time to grow now. So the month of May is a month of watering, of taking a step back and doing light work, light chores. Don't work too much. Literally, try to take as many days off as you can, even though a lot of bosses are going to maybe cringe watching this, and I am a business owner myself, but at the end of the day, there's no point in having people that work for you that are burnt out and tired and can't anymore. So try to take on tasks in a very light way. Try to not work too long, too hard. Try to take as much time for yourself as you possibly can, because doing work in a shorter amount of time, but doing it more effectively, with more heart, with more joy, is worth so much more than every single night working from the moment you get up till the moment you go to bed, killing yourself for what? At the end of the day, the quality of your work is a reflection of your internal state, of your emotional state and well-being. So take care of that in order to create great work as well. Next up, we've got the Three of Air for you. Now, the Three of Air does represent the fact that for the month of May, you're learning a lot. You're increasing your book smart knowledge, if that makes sense. So you are reading, you are taking in a lot of new information and finding ways how you can implement it in the future. So the month of May is a month of you consuming, not putting out. And that's very important, especially if you've got some sort of creative job or creative career. Even if you're a teacher, for example, it is important for you to learn new things so you can then teach your students, teach the people that you're trying to inspire. Next up, we've got desire, all of my beautiful Virgo babies. So not only are you desirable, but you're making your desires extremely clear to anyone who you're dating or seeing, romantically speaking, because there is no point in you being in a relationship that doesn't truly fulfill you and doesn't really cover all of your areas of desire. I see here within the crone that for you during the month of May, there is a lot of this personal belief in your success, which is very important for you to get to that next level. Because if you don't believe in yourself, my beautiful Virgo babies, then who will, right? How can you be successful like that? And here in connectivity to the Queen of Fire, I see that you've got a very gentle, calm kind of confidence about you. And when you enter a room, you don't have to introduce your capabilities. You don't have to introduce yourself. Your energy speaks volumes and shows that this confidence is not just plucked out of thin air. This confidence is earned. It is confidence that comes from hard work, from experience, from actually legit sitting down and learning and forming yourself, becoming really great at your craft. I see here within Die Sonne, which is the sun in this German deck, that again, we've got happiness, fulfillment, warmth. I do see here that the sun is a very important symbol for your life during the month of May. So every time you see the sun in a symbolic sense, every time the sun is shining, this is going to increase your happiness levels, your satisfaction levels, and good things are going to happen every time the sun is shining bright during the month of May for you. In the Ace of Coins, the Ostermünzen, I can see here that the month of May brings opportunities for you to start a new career. So you will have a job offer on the table, something completely new, and also an opportunity to build more wealth for yourself. You might turn a side hustle into a main hustle, my beautiful Virgos, as your hard work is being rewarded with new opportunities. Next up, we've got the Zwei der Kelche, which is the Two of Cups. It shows an intimate connection with someone who respects you. So there's not just sensual desire here, about being with you and experiencing your body. I see that there is someone who deeply values you as a person and wants to spend a lifetime with you. I see here within the Ritter der Kelche, which is the Knight of Cups, that this person is most likely a water sign. This person has Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces energy. They are very fun and emotional. They are the type of person with whom you can build with, the type of person that would like to have a family, who is emotionally very intelligent and also sensitive. And I can see here that this is a relationship that will suit you, that would favor you, all of my beautiful Virgo babies. Next up, we've got the Knight of Wands. Now in the Knight of Wands, I want you to know that the month of May brings go-getter energy, but be very careful that you don't make decisions too impulsively, because I see that with a lot of confidence and a lot of this sensation of knowing what you want and where you're going, it can also be very tempting to make impulsive decisions, very quick decisions that haven't been well thought out, and your guides in the universe are trying to keep you from doing that, as that will just cause a little bit of struggle and challenges that you didn't necessarily need. The Five of Wands definitely shows growth. It shows that you're able to tackle any obstacles and challenges that may come your way, but at the same time, we don't need to create challenges or obstacles where they aren't necessary, right? So do know here that the month of May is a positive month for you when it comes to taking action, but don't do so impulsively. Don't, for example, immediately quit your job when you have the new opportunity on the table. Look through it, read the fine print. Don't immediately kind of put all of your eggs in one basket. If you're thinking of creating a side hustle and turning that into your main job, try to keep some stability in different areas that you already know that can allow you to just mentally feel relaxed and not like you've got so much pressure, especially if it's not entirely necessary. So all of my beautiful Virgo babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Don't forget, as already mentioned, to leave that sun emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you're a Virgo baby. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel to never miss another monthly horoscope, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all of my gorgeous Libra babies, and welcome to your May 2023 predictions. I hope that you're excited and that you enjoyed the first part of your May horoscope, where you got to pick from the groups that I presented to you during the intro of this video. But now we will talk all things Libra specifically. So let's see what's happening for you in May. So in the Five of Wands, I can see that there's a lot of movement going on here. You are definitely in competition for a new position, and I see that this position has to do with your emotional life. It has to do with either feeling like you're competing for love or like you're competing for a friendship or a connection. Maybe you have siblings, and kind of internally and subconsciously you want to treat your parents or your parent the best. You want to be that sibling who kind of puts their best foot forward. Maybe at your place of employment, you want to make sure that your boss likes you the most and that it's very clear how much effort that you're putting in, that you make it very visible how much you really want this role, this new position, this promotion. And maybe romantically speaking as well, you want to put yourself in the best light possible. I mean, who doesn't, right? Whether you go on a first date or you've been seeing someone for a while, you of course want them to think of you as someone who is not only lovable, but someone who brings value to the table, someone who's a good catch, really. Next up, we've got the Three of Pentacles as well as the Page of Swords. So I do see that the month of May brings opportunity for you to work with others on on big projects, to be in a new team that you haven't been in before, especially in your work. And that's where I can see that you want to, of course, win the sympathies of your workmates, your teammates, and your colleagues. And the Page of Swords here shows me that you're attempting new ways of doing so. So it's not like you are pretending to be different or someone who you're not. You are just trying your best to ensure that you are liked and that people trust you in order to do your job so that you can be effective at your job and people are on your side to do the work necessary in order for there to be progress. Here within the Ace of Swords, I want you to know that the month of May brings new ideas and is definitely showing an increase in logic and intellect for you. So you're growing on a mental level when it comes to maturity, but you're also learning a lot of new skills and things that you didn't know before. And here within the Death card, know that the month of May is a completely fresh start and new beginning for you. So the Death card, don't panic, doesn't actually represent literal death, my beautiful Libra babies, but it is representative of the fact that you have a fresh start coming towards you and the past is going to be left behind because you no longer need it, or it kind of no longer serves you, if that makes sense. Let's move further into your reading. So next up, we've got the Three of Air. As already mentioned, you're learning, you're increasing your mental realm, your mental capacity in space. You are definitely the type of person who likes to learn, who isn't afraid to study hard and to roll up their sleeves and figure out how new concepts and new skills can help you to increase revenue and just be better at your professional life. Next up, within the 10 of Fire, I do want you to know here that the month of May is igniting you to a whole new level where you feel like you can take on any challenge and any type of difficulty. So no challenge is too big or too daunting for you. The month of May brings a lot of added confidence for my beautiful Libra babies. And furthermore, here within the Two of Fire, I see that you have this kind of dual personality where on one hand, you're super driven to do what needs to be done in order to be successful. And on the other hand, you also know when you are being impulsive, when you're making decisions slightly rushed, if you will, and you can kind of take a step back from being too fiery, from putting in too much of yourself. So we've got balance here in all of this craziness and in everything that's going on. Here within thought, I want you to understand that the month of May brings a lot of balance to you and a lot of kind of a elimination of judging yourself so much. Removing yourself from constantly feeling as though you're not doing well enough. No more thoughts of how you're maybe not deserving of some of the successes and some of the things that are happening around you that are very positive. Within thought, I can see that you're changing the perspective and the vision that you had about yourself, and you're upgrading it in a way that is more favorable. In the 10 der Stäbe, which is the 10 of Wands, I can see here that in order to avoid kind of burning out, like we have here, quite literally speaking, it is important that you also make time for sleep, recuperation, Netflix and chill, literally some movie nights, just watching YouTube, spending some time relaxing and not doing anything in order for you to not overwork yourself. Here within Gericht, we actually have the Judgment card, which shows that there's some sort of rebirth that's coming towards how you see your work-life balance. You no longer feel here during the month of May like the most important thing is to work hard and long hours and be the one who's at the office first and leaves the office last, or the person who just puts out the most content, the most of everything. For you, quality is now trumping over quantity. Next, we've got the Judgment card again, just from a different tarot deck. Now, Judgment is a very meaningful card within your reading. It corresponds to the number 20, and the number 20 is a number of balance. It is a number that has the base vibration of 2, because 20, we've got 2 plus 0, which equals 2, and 2 is a number of not only balance, but also two opposing forces working together. It is a life path number or numerology kind of indication of being an inward creator, of being motivated from the inside out to do things. So it's important here in connectivity to the Ten of Wands that you learn to be motivated intrinsically to take good care of yourself and to make free time for yourself, to work smart instead of hard, because I think a lot of us like that concept, but when it comes to actually doing it and actually maybe not working that much, we still feel a little bit of guilt or shame for doing that. We still feel like we didn't work enough, or like we should work longer hours or do more. So working smarter, not harder, can definitely also come with some mental challenges of seeing the clock and feeling somehow obliged to stick around or do work for longer than may be necessary. Here within the Page of Wands, I can definitely see that you are engaging in some new hobbies and activities. So trying something fresh, like a new sport, like a new recipe, a new diet, going to a place you've never been before, exploring like a new town or country is one thing that's coming towards you during the month of May. So all of my beautiful Libra babies, please do leave a flame emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you represent the Libra fam, and you watched your May prediction all the way until the end. I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another monthly prediction, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Scorpio babies, and welcome to your May 2023 prediction part of this video. I hope that you enjoyed picking part 1 of your reading during the intro, but now let's talk all things Scorpio, shall we? So let's see what's coming towards you. First up, we have got the Three of Swords as well as the Seven of Cups. So I see that there are some temptations here, romantically speaking, but trust me, they are a bad boy, a bad girl, whoever it is that is tempting you to kind of explore a romantic connection or even step out of your relationship, someone who is love bombing you, who is showing you a lot of attention. Trust your guides about your May prediction and the fact that it's important that you are very careful with your heart and who you share your most intimate thoughts with. I see here within the Four of Coins, the Four of Pentacles, that it is important for you to be protective over everything that you've worked so hard for, your assets, your money, your time, your energy, because I do see here that there are a lot of tempting places to put your time and your effort into that maybe in the long run you would have felt would have been better spent or put elsewhere. So not getting any fancy designer clothes or purchasing something where you're not reading the fine print, that is something to look out for. And know here within the Magician that the month of May brings so much opportunity, so many different ways in which you can upgrade your life. It's important to think long term and delayed gratification rather than feel entranced by something that looks good in the moment. The same goes for unhealthy foods. Some sort of pizza, fast food, burger might look really great in the moment, but you know you're not going to feel great about yourself shortly thereafter eating something that is extremely unhealthy for you or that your body just doesn't digest well, and you will especially not feel good weeks and months from now. I see here within the Nar, which is also known as the Fool in English, that the month of May actually brings a new beginning on how you see delayed gratification and things that tempt you. In the past, you may have been tempted to drink a lot, to consume certain substances or foods that you know don't serve you, but you're growing in emotional maturity and you're no longer going to succumb to these things so easily. Here within the Sherpa, I want you to know that saying no is an important part of the month of May for you. Not being afraid to say no to certain social obligations that you don't want to attend, work parties that you know you just don't really want to make time for, maybe even friends and family pushing you to do something that you just simply do not wish to prioritize. It's okay to say no and to put your own needs first and to be protective over your time. Here within the Sechste Münzen, which is the Six of Coins, I can see that you are a generous person, and anyone who tries to make you feel otherwise has some sort of hidden agenda. So be very weary and careful with anyone who tells you that you're selfish or that what you're doing is wrong if you're putting your needs first or your health first. As I see here within the Six of Coins, that you always give as much as you can whenever you can, but there's no point in giving to the point that your cup is drained, because then you can't be of value to anyone, not yourself, not the world, not your friends or family. So you have to keep your satisfaction level and the care that you put towards yourself at a sufficient kind of level at all times. Next up, we have the Mond, which is the moon. Now, the moon shows us that divine feminine energies during the month of May are running high, and you're listening to your instincts, as we have our trusty canine companion depicted here. Furthermore, the moon shows a very kind of fun and melancholic and very kind of artistic vibe for the month of May, and a kind of energy that shows you're a little dreamy. You're in a place where you're not acting as much, but kind of planning, kind of dreaming, figuring out what it is that you want. Now, within the Eight of Fire, as soon as you're clear about what it is that you desire, that's when you know that it's time to act. But you're not going to act prematurely. You're not going to put in any effort into work or something you're not sure of until you've made up your mind that this is really what you want, and you're ready to face the consequences should there be any consequences. Especially if you're thinking of becoming a parent, or motherhood is something that is on the horizon, also fatherhood, of course. If you're thinking of adopting a pet, do know here within the mother that it is a huge responsibility. It is like a child. Maybe, as already mentioned, you're thinking of literal children, and until you're 100% sure that this is the responsibility you'd like to live with, don't allow anyone to pressure you into something that you are not convinced by. Next up, we've got the Seven of Water, which is representative of going with the flow, of opening your third eye, listening to your intuition and your divine feminine urges and energies. As already mentioned, within the moon, you are deeply connected to your cycles, to your divine feminine, and that is the type of energy and calling and whisper that you are leaning into. Next, within the Four of Earth, I can see that your strength in solid foundation, strength in working hard, and ensuring that you're not allowing for others to intimidate you. So it is important for you to put your needs and your desires first during the month of May, my beautiful Scorpios. Put your needs and desires first during the month of May, my beautiful Scorpios, and to not be afraid or care about whether people are then going to claim that you're selfish, because what value are you to the world and to others if you don't care for yourself? Next up, we've got the Lovers for you. So within the Lovers, I can see that romantic love is on the horizon for the month of May for you. Romantic love that brings you peace, that makes you feel respected and cared for, but it's important that you pick a person who's good for your soul and nourishes you, not someone who is tempting or just looks good or has an amazing job. Next up, within the Four of Wands, remind yourself that you're building something for the long run, for the long haul. Pick partners as well as friends that you know are in it for you to succeed, even if that means going through ups and downs together. You will see that the month of May shows you precisely who your true friends are and who's here even through challenging times, and who would rather fade into the background as soon as things don't look so glitzy and glamorous anymore. So all of my beautiful Scorpio babies, this is the reading that I received for you. Leave a red heart emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and to represent the Scorpio fam. I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your May 2023 readings and predictions. I hope that you enjoyed choosing part 1 during the intro of this video, but now let's talk all things Sagittarius for the month of May. First up, we've got the Ace of Air for you, which shows new ideas, new logic, as well as spiritual enlightenment for the month of May. So you're going to have a big epiphany epiphany, a big aha moment where all of a sudden you're connecting all of the dots. Let's see what those dots are that you are connecting with one another. So we've got the 5 of earth as well as the 10 of air. So what you're connecting the dots with is when it comes to your career, the earthly realms, and the education system. You've always been skeptical about certain things in our societies and communities, but during the month of May, everything makes sense and you see how the system is built, what parts you want to be engaged with within our society and the system, and what parts you would rather kind of avoid for yourself and maybe even future generations. Here within the 10 of Swords, I can see that at the end of the day, you know that making these decisions to not engage in certain social norms that are harmful, that doesn't mean that you will impact the entire society on planet Earth, but at the same time, you know that change starts with few people who are taking a stand and who have a strong conviction about what's right and what they want to stand up for. Next up within the child, I can see that what's very important for you is to be the type of version of yourself that young you would be proud of. When you think back at yourself in childhood and you think about how far that you've come, young you is definitely very proud of everything you've accomplished and how confident you have become and how much you have grown. But in your times of self-doubt and maybe even self-deprecating thoughts, remind yourself of a little baby photo of yourself, my beautiful Sagittarius babies. Think of an image of you as a child, as a 3, 4, 5-year-old. You are also talking to that person. That is also you. Next time you're being hard on yourself, remind yourself of you as a baby and whether you would talk to such a young child if it was right before you in that same way, if you would be that hard on a kid. And if the answer is no, you don't need to be that hard on yourself. Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. Give yourself a little bit of extra grace to make mistakes, to learn, and to grow. Next up within the Sage, I can see infinite wisdom and you following your instincts without questioning yourself so much. The Sage definitely shows that you have learned from challenges and difficult experiences in your past, and those have made you who you are today, and you have a lot of knowledge to share. You are wise beyond your years, and you're the type of person who illuminates other people's lives, often without even knowing. Next up within the Knight of Cups, I can see that you are experiencing a lot of very strong feelings of love, of care, and of desire for another human being. So you are definitely swooning over someone. It could be a partner that you've been with for a while and the flame is reigniting, but it can also be a new person if you're single and you kind of want to conquer their heart, but you want to play the game. You want to do so in a very smooth way, if that makes sense. Now, the Three of Cups shows celebration. It shows that you're invited to some sort of get together. It could be a birthday, it could be a work gathering or a wedding, and you're going to have a great time with other people. The Queen of Cups shows me that you're emotionally very mature. We already spoke about how you are wise beyond your years, but it really shows when dealing with other people who are being extremely emotional, extremely volatile, you are still able to keep your cool during the month of May, because you know what it feels like to be emotional, to be volatile, to be all over the place, and you kind of feel bad for people who are going through that, and you want to be a support to them, not someone who judges. In the Zehnter Münzen, which is the 10 of Pentacles, I can see that you've got fulfillment here in the earthly realms. You've got everything that you need. Financially speaking, you're stable. You are able to build with another person. You're not the type of person who is just going to be alone for the rest of their existence. And I can see here that family is not only important, but is also helping you create more financial stability and is a great place for you to speak about plans for the future, how to create a legacy, how to create an empire. Next up, we have got the Ace of Coins, which shows a fresh beginning when it comes to your career and a new start when it comes to a business opportunity that you may be doing with family, as already mentioned. in order to create that legacy that you've always dreamed of. Furthermore, the Ten of Coins can also show you inheriting something, or just a parent or grandparent giving you something that you didn't expect to receive. And in the Page of Coins, in the page, the Münzen, I can see here that you are just at the start of your financial literacy journey. You are just learning how to create a type of future for yourself that you will be comfortable in. You're learning new things about retirement, about what to do when you're older, right? When you're advanced in age. And here in the Eremit, which is the Hermit, I want you to know that a lot of things are becoming clear to you. Even, for example, different types of retirement schemes that are offered by the government, which ones are legit, which ones are actually not really going to serve you or even allow you to lead a financially comfortable and secure life. And I see here within the Eremit that you're understanding that in this day and age and in this lifetime, as hard as it sounds, you have to educate yourself. You have to fight for yourself. You have to make sure that you create stability for you. No one else will do that for you. So it's important that you become wise, that you learn, and that you look out for yourself. Next up, within the Four of Wands, I can see that you're actually super passionate during the month of May about learning how to create a stable future, learning how to create financial safety nets for yourself. And I see here within the Ten of Swords that you're no longer counting on anyone, especially the government or even friends and family, to save you out of difficult situations, because you know here within the Ten of Swords that often you're actually the one that others rely on and others lean on. And yes, it comes with a lot of responsibility. It comes with a lot of weight, my beautiful Sagittarius babies. But at the end of the day, it's also very liberating and very freeing to be able to sustain life and sustain your existence without depending on someone, knowing that regardless of what happens, you will be okay. If you're thrown into quicksand, you will find a way back out. You will float to the top and get out of any difficult situation because you've got the strength, you've educated yourself, and you've not put yourself in a position where you have to rely on another person to create a stable life. So all of my beautiful Sagittarius babies, this is the reading that I received for you. Do leave a butterfly emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it to the end and to represent the Sagittarius fam. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all of my beautiful Capricorn babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your May 2023 predictions. I hope that you enjoyed picking part one of your prediction from the groups that I presented to you during the intro of this video, but now let's add on to your May prediction and talk all things Capricorn. First up, we've got the Seven of Wands. Now, within the Seven of Wands, know that your heart is stronger than you ever thought that it was, and that you are going to go for your dreams and your desires no matter what. We've got this strength, this drive within you to succeed, and you're not going to take no for an answer. If you receive no as an answer and you're going for a dream or a goal of yours, you know that you have just asked the wrong person and you just need to keep asking. Next up, within the Nine of Cups, I can see that a lot of the wishes and desires that you had are closer to touch than ever, and some of your manifestations that you've been working on are going to come true because you've got this belief, because you've got this conviction that you are deserving of the life that you've dreamt of. Next up, within the Nine of Wands, there is definitely a part of you that needs rest. Maybe quite literally speaking, you've got physical aches and pains. Think back pain, think stomach aches, headaches. Drink, hydrate. All of my beautiful Capricorn babies, if you're thirsty right now watching this reading, you're already dehydrated. Pause the video, grab a drink, grab a glass of water, fill up your bottle, and then come back to keep watching. This is a sign from your guides that you have to take care of yourself physically and mentally to a higher degree and on a higher level than you have been, because you not only need motivation and drive and discipline to accomplish your goals, but you also need to make sure you're taking care of your basic needs. Next up, we've got the Four of Swords. So within the Four of Swords, it becomes clear that not only are you someone who has great ideas during the day, but also during the night when you're sleeping and dreaming. Keep a pen and paper next to your bed, especially during the month of May. Your dreams are going to bring you a lot of great ideas, and you are definitely one of few that are able to recall on. You will definitely belong to the minority of people on this earth during the month of May who can remember their dreams and recall them. I see here within the Page of Swords that while you may sometimes feel like you are the odd one out, I see that here in the Four of Swords. Remind yourself that that is also your biggest superpower and your biggest strength. You're still getting to know just how much potential is within you, and you haven't even scratched the surface yet of becoming your highest self. All of my beautiful Capricorn babies. I see here within Awaz that you are still climbing the mountain. You still are nowhere near the peak of your potential and your highest self, and don't be afraid to ask for help along the way. Awaz is representative of partnership, and to accomplish great things both professionally and privately, sometimes having another person on your team, it can be risky, but it is often also extremely rewarding and necessary to change your life and do things for the better. Uruz is a rune that is representative of strength, so you're quite literally during the month of May working out more, building strength, maybe even listening to some motivational tapes and music while you're doing so. I can see here that you're feeling better than ever within your body, or at least better than you have within the year 2023 so far, and it's because you're putting in effort. You're working on your physical appearance and your body, and you're not afraid to put in some extra effort. Next up within the Sieben der Kelche, which is the Seven of Cups, you've got many different options, but you are choosing the option that is going to have the best effect on you physically. So you have options to eat junk food, to be lazy, but those are not the options that you're going for during the month of May. My beautiful Capricorns, you're going for the challenging options with the delayed gratification. Within Cuffed, which is the Strength card, we already kind of had this represented within Uruz, which is this rune of strength. And I want you to know that your strength comes from internal fortitude. It comes from actually being disciplined, from putting in the work, from putting in the hours, from having this quiet kind of confidence where you don't have to kind of parade all of your accomplishments in front of others. You just know that you're deserving of these successes. Here within the moon, your intuition during the month of May is on an all-time high. So listen to your gut feeling also when it comes to decision making. Don't question why your gut feeling is here. It has existed for generations and tens of thousands of years. It is meaningful, and even though it is not the norm to make decisions based on your intuition within society these days, I see that this will serve you a lot, and it's not necessarily something you have to share with everyone how you made your decisions or based on what that you have made certain decisions. Just do what feels right for you. Next up, we've got the Vier der Kelche, which is the Four of Cups. I see that the month of May is going to leave you feeling like you're a little bit of the odd one out, but maybe this is also normal to you if you've always kind of felt like a bit of an outsider, my beautiful Capricorn babies. Like you have a lot of hobbies and interests that other people don't really understand or can't really relate to, and that can be challenging. It can sometimes make you feel as though others just simply don't get where you're coming from. And I see within the Ten of Swords that rather than feeling like it's strange, you're actually kind of leaving societies and groups of people behind that you know you're just never going to fit into, and you're finding your own weird tribe, your own group of people who get you, who are similar to you, and where you can simply feel comfortable. There's no point in trying to for example, fit in with people who find it very important to wear designer labels or to drive certain vehicles or to live in a certain postcode if you know it's just not authentic to you. It's not that you're judging those people, it's just that you're not going to try to fit into a space where you're not celebrated. Here within the death card, which is not a symbol of literal death, so don't even worry about that, there is this death of the part of you that was desperate to fit in or desperate to have a certain friend group or friend circle. You don't feel the need to be accepted by people who don't see the value or worth in your uniqueness, and May brings a completely new, fresh breath of air to you where you are just focused on being yourself and liking yourself first before you worry about how anyone else likes you. Next up, within the Wheel of Fortune, it becomes apparent that the month of May is going to have a lot of different ups and downs, a lot of different phases, some where you feel as though you belong and you found a new tribe. There will be some phases of feeling kind of lonely, like you're the odd one out and like you are very different. And then also, of course, phases of strong inner strength and not feeling like you need anyone necessarily. So this is a month of personal development. This is a month of exponential growth. But at the end of the day, most importantly, this is a month of following your heart and your intuition. So all of my beautiful Capricorn babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you found it insightful and that it gave you clarity. Let me know below in the comment section by leaving a lion emoji below to let me and others know that you are a Capricorn baby and you watched your prediction all the way to the end. I'm sending you so much love. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another monthly reading, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello all my beautiful Aquarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your May 2023 predictions. I hope that you enjoyed choosing part 1 during the intro of this video, but now let's talk all things Aquarius, shall we? Let's see what's coming towards you during the month of May. First up, we've got the moon. Now, the moon shows that you're following your intuition and you're connected to the water, which is your emotions, and you are definitely also connected to the different cycles and influences of the moon. I want you to understand here, my gorgeous Aquarius babies, that while you are a very independent sign, you're definitely also someone who is more connected to their emotions than they're often aware of. Here within the star, I see hope on the horizon for things to turn out in a way that you desire. So if you've been struggling when it comes to your personal life or your professional life, I want you to know that the month of May brings hope. It brings a light at the end of the tunnel, as well as a sensation of feeling new inspiration for upcoming projects and for the upcoming months. Next up, we've got the Four of Cups. So I want you to know that the month of May is definitely going to show you who your true friends are and who's really there for you romantically speaking as well, who you can count on when you need a shoulder to lean on and when you feel as though you are going through some hormonal changes and emotional ups and downs. Maybe you even have some health concerns such as migraines, such as an upset stomach, such as IBS, for example, depression. And I want you to know here that the most understanding people are going to come forth during the month of May and show you who has your back. The Emperor shows that you're taking the lead of your life during the month of May. You are not taking no for an answer. If no is an answer that you're receiving about an inquiry of yours, you know that you've just asked the wrong person. Within the Emperor and this crystal ball, you are planning for the future. You're planning for future successes, because when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That is really true, all of my beautiful Aquarius babies. And you have taken this quote and you're actually applying the wisdom in it. You are planning ahead in order to avoid failure and in order to create a future and this excitement on the horizon for what's to come next. That's what I see in the Three of Wands. You're holding on to what is useful, what you need, and everything that isn't important in the moment, such as the two wands beside the one in the center, you're just allowing to exist, to rest, and you will come back to that at a later point. You are very focused on what has to be done immediately and you're living in the moment. Next up, we've got the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is very secure and first and foremost a leader. The King of Wands is sure of what they would like to do next. So for one, you are a leader here within the Emperor. And also this is a card that shows that healing your relationship with your father is possible during the month of May, or at least making progress. And then here within the King of Wands, do understand that on top of having leadership energy to begin with, quite precisely speaking, you have fire sign leadership energy. So that means Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Maybe you're an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius within your moon or your rising sign. But either way, I would like you to know in the King of Wands that there's nothing that can hold you back or hold you down. And the month of May brings a lot of added inspiration. There's nothing that can hold you back or hold you down. And the month of May brings a lot of added excitement as well as inspiration for you for the future and all that you have coming next. Moving forward, we've got the Ten of Water, which shows that you're feeling fulfilled during the month of May. You feel very in tune with your emotions and your heart. Your relationships are serving you. You are fully loved and cared for. And in that sense, there's nothing that you need more of. Your true friends and family are there for you, and that's all that you need. Anyone who isn't a real one is going to fade away. Within knowledge, you're learning a lot. You're spending a lot of time studying. So reading about topics that interest you, maybe also studying for tests, for example. I want you to know here within knowledge that your studies are not only important, they are actually essential for the month of May. As here within the Seven of Air, these studies are going to help you in order to become the best in your field and in order to differentiate yourself from the common people. And by common people, you're not putting anyone down. We're not saying that some people are regular or common and you are meant to be different or special in the sense of being better. It is more common knowledge. You are digging deeper. What we mean by common is the fact that rather than scratching the surface at your job or in school, you are delving deeper. You're spending more time studying than most people. You're spending more time reading different books and articles and going into nitty-gritty details that others maybe don't want to spend the time investing in or maybe not disciplined enough to do. I see here within the mother that we have this notion that your parents are very important. Within the Emperor, we spoke about father healing being possible. Now we've got the mother, which is representative of you restoring your connection to your parents, especially if you're estranged, semi-estranged, or there has been some tensions, some traumas. And I want you to know here that healing that bond, whether that is with or without them, is especially important if you're thinking of ever starting your own family in order to not pass generational traumas down, but also just for yourself to find that inner peace. Know here within the Acht der Schwerte, which is the Eight of Swords, that you will know intuitively when the time is right to make that phone call to that family member that you need to speak to. You will know when the time is right to free yourself from the constraints that emotional turmoil brings with it. Any type of friction within your family, as much as you may try to say to yourself that you're your own person and it's okay, you're better off without them than in a toxic family situation, it still has an effect on you that you are working on during the month of May. Within the Fünfte Kelche, we've got the Five of Cups. I want you to know here that any type of emotional hurt or burden is something that you will look in the eye, and you're no longer just going to think to yourself that it's going to eventually go away on its own or solve itself. As we spoke about here within the moon and the Four of Cups, you are very connected to your feelings more than you've ever been aware of, and you're taking charge of them. You know that if you're feeling attached to something in an unhealthy form, or you're feeling like you're struggling, you know that it's within your power to do something about it. I see here within the Hanged Man that it's all about perspective. Just as the Hanged Man is a figure that hangs upside down and all of a sudden the world looks completely different from that angle than when the Hanged Man is upright. The same goes for you, my gorgeous Aquarius babies. A difficult situation can be seen as an opportunity depending on what perspective you look at it from. And I also want you to know here within the Hanged Man that this is an opportunity for growth and an opportunity for you to learn how to handle challenging situations coming out on top. Now, the Sun is one of the most favorable cards of the tarot. It is actually a card that shows warmth, happiness, growth, feeling like you belong, and I want you to know here that the month of May brings just that to you. Now, my beautiful Aquarius babies, please do leave a little tree emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're an Aquarius and you made it all the way to the end of your prediction. I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. Don't forget to subscribe to never miss another monthly prediction, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Pisces babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your May predictions. I hope that you enjoyed choosing part 1 during the intro of this video, but now let's talk all things Pisces in this horoscope portion of your reading. So first up, we've got thought as well as journey. So during the month of May, you're going to have some ideas, you're going to have some sparks of inspiration, and then you're going to embark on the journey. You're going to take action towards where you'd like to go. So you're not just dreaming, you're not just thinking of what life could be or what your opportunities are, but you're actually taking the bull by the horns and you're taking direct action as often as you possibly can. Here within Union, I can see that you are very connected to your community and those closest to you, and they are helping you on your journey to achievement and accomplishing the things that you desire. So you're not afraid to ask for help, which shows a lot of inner strength, stability, and confidence. Next up, within the Six of Earth, I can see a lot of strength from you. I can see you taking good care of your physical body, eating healthily during the month of May, and also observing in what ways you have maybe struggled with some addictions or some chains that have been keeping you bound to a lesser version of yourself than you could be. This could be an ED. This could be, for example, if you're addicted to caffeine, to sugar, to other substances, maybe even smoking. I definitely see that you want to free yourself from anything that you feel that has been holding you captive, that isn't necessary to have this type of power over you and your feelings. Within judgment, you are being called to not be so hard on yourself, my beautiful Pisces babies. Remind yourself that you don't have to change everything in just 1 month. You don't have to immediately have this huge lifestyle change successfully happen. Take a few steps at a time and remind yourself that it takes weeks and months to overcome bad habits and replace them with newer, better ones. Within the Page of Cups, the month of May brings new emotional beginnings and feelings that can be a little bit everywhere. So you feeling emotional, but that makes sense if you're going through some sort of withdrawal of something that you would usually indulge in. And I want you to know here within the Page of Cups and the Union card that the best way for you to cope in this situation is to spend time with people who support you and spend time with people who uplift you and kind of make you forget about some struggles or challenges that you're going through. Next up, we have Gabo, which is representative of a rune, and Gabo is the rune of gift, love, generosity, marriage, and partnership. So I do see here that there could be someone getting married close to you, or even you getting engaged during the month of May, and that there's celebrations going on and a lot of gifts that are being exchanged. So don't be surprised if you too receive an unexpected gift. Just gracefully accept it and remind yourself that you deserve it. Within Berkana, I want you to know here that the month of May brings new beginnings and liberation from things that you no longer need, especially if you own a lot of random stuff that's just cluttering your space or that you know you need to sort through and clean up. The month of May is a month of cleaning, maybe even late spring cleaning. It is a month of moving as well. If you're not quite happy with the home that you live in, or you kind of feel as though it's time for just a fresh beginning of a change of scenery. The month of May brings amazing opportunities to find a new home, a new apartment, and to plan this. Next up, within the fünfte Kelche, the Five of Cups, I also want you to know that amidst all of this celebration, there will be some people who are a little bit jealous of those who are being celebrated and those who are having a great time. Be wary of those types of frenemies. As I see here within Gerechtigkeit, which is justice in German, it's all about balance. I mean, on one hand, of course, you want the same success that you may see in someone else. You may want something similar to what they have, especially if it is true love, if it is a successful career. But now that doesn't mean that you would want to take what they've got away from them, right? So surround yourself with people who can effortlessly celebrate others the way you can and you do. And know here within justice that actual justice will be served during the month of May. So if there is a trial that you've been following, or you yourself have some sort of pending legal engagements, I want you to know that justice is something that you will see for the month of May, luckily. Here within the Ritter der Kelche, which is the Knight of Cups, you will feel as though a little bit of your faith in humanity has been restored during the month of May, because you're seeing that justice is being served finally, especially as often a lot of things in the world can just revolve around politics and money, and seeing that there are some instances in which humanity and compassion trumps allows you to feel like there is actually hope for future generations. Within the Ritter der Münzen, which is the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles, I can see that you are actually taking a lot of strides forward in your professional life. A lot of people see you as this almost unicorn, if you will, a jack of all trades, someone who is meant to shine, to be the center of attention in the business world, in their professional setting. And I can see here within the Ritter der Münzen that when you enter a meeting room, heads turn, people know that when you do say something, it is important and it is helpful, even if you don't always want to share too much, or you're more on the quiet, composed side. And I also see that during the month of May, you've got a lot of just natural advantages and a lot of parts of you that naturally put you ahead of other people, like how creative you are, the fact that you've got this increase in self-control, the fact that you know when it's time to move, to change your environment, that you're not afraid to celebrate another person's success and happiness. I can also see that you're investing your money really wisely during the month of May in a way that will give you delayed gratification. Next up, we've got Justice, which we already had in this other tarot deck in German here within Gerechtigkeit. I hope you remember that, my beautiful Pisces babies. So Justice brings back balance. It restores the karmic energy, the karmic wheel, if you will. And I want you to know here that karma will be served during the month of May, especially if you've seen some injustice happen as of recently. Within the High Priestess, we have a card that is representative of not acting but just watching and learning, of your unconscious awareness growing and your connection to spirit and the unseen is growing. I do want you to know here within the High Priestess that when it comes to your spiritual development and your connection to source, you feel as though you have this intuitive knowing and this inner knowledge that has maybe even been passed down to you from your ancestors. And when things happen, it feels as though you knew it was going to happen. It feels as though you had this psychic insight and you're uncovering this knowledge, this wisdom that is hard to describe, but you understand is something that has to do with intuition, that has to do with your natural instincts, and also with some sort of psychic ability that runs within your lineage that you are connecting with during the month of May. So don't be surprised if you uncover that you actually have a clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient kind of streak within you that allows you to know a situation or to understand things which go beyond the rational mind and rational thinking. So all of my beautiful Pisces babies, this is the reading that I received for you. Leave a little unicorn emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you received your reading. I hope that you found it insightful and that you feel better after receiving this reading than prior to watching this video. That is my only goal with my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to never miss another monthly prediction, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings.